Okay, good morning, Chair Hasid. We've admitted everyone from the meeting room and recording has commenced.
Thank you, Santiago. Good morning, everyone. Before we formally open the meeting, even if you are able to hear me now, we do have a Spanish interpretation available, and I do ask that you go to the bottom of your Zoom application, click on the interpretation button, and select your preferred language, either English or Spanish, to ensure you have good audio quality throughout the meeting. I'll pause a moment so that message can also be relayed in Spanish.
Buenos días, gracias por acompañarnos hoy. Ahora tenemos servicio de interpretación que está disponible por medio de Zoom. Hacia el abajo de su pantalla hay un glóbulo que dice interpretación. Por favor, haga clic allí y escoja su idioma. Aunque vaya a escuchar en inglés, por favor, elija inglés. Eso les va a permitir que escuchen nuestra junta. Gracias.
Thank you, Santiago. Okay, today's meeting of the Agricultural Labor Relations Board is now called to order. I will first go through the roll. Board Member Broad.
Present.
Board Member Flores.
Present.
Board Member Hall.
Present.
Wonderful. Board Member Lightstone.
Present.
Wonderful, thank you. Today's meeting, we will be supported by our Executive Secretary, Santiago Avila Gomez, as well as one of our legal secretaries, Angelica Fortin. Thank you, Angelica. We will first have the business portion of the meeting, and then prior to going into closed session, there will be an opportunity for members of the public to provide public comment. For those of you that reached out in advance, we will go to those commenters first in the queue. If you did not relay that you wish to make public comment in advance, you may still do so when we open it up. Please either indicate that you wish to make public comment by sending an email to Santiago Avila Gomez, or you can do so in one of two ways in the Zoom application. You can either raise your hand or indicate that you would like to make comment in the chat. We do ask that you not provide any substantive comment in the chat. And also that if you are not speaking, please have your device on mute. Okay, next we will go to the next agenda item, which is approval of our most recent meeting minutes from October 18th. May I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Board Member Braun. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Board Member Flores. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, the October 18th meeting minutes are approved. Next, we have our chair's report, just a couple items. One, I do want to share with both of our staff as well as any members of the public. We do have a variety of positions, both in our administrative law judge unit, our office of the board and the executive secretary, as well as our general counsel program. We have attorney, judge, AGPA, and other positions available. Please share those positions with your networks, and they have various deadlines, and you can find out more information on calcareers.ca.gov. Additionally, I wanted to note that today, November 1st, is the day when many people, including many farm workers, celebrate and honor Day of the Dead, where we remember and honor our loved ones who have since left us, and just wanted to acknowledge that today. And that concludes the chair's report. Our next agenda item is the executive secretary's report on unfair labor practices, complaints, and elections. Turning it over to Santiago for that.
Thank you, Chair Hasid, and good morning, members of the board. For today's report, it's for matters that have occurred since the last public board meeting on the 18th of October. The first item I will report on is a board decision in the National Agriculture Workers Union, and that is board decision 49 ALRB number 4, where the board determined that the NAWU, or National Agriculture Workers Union, was not a bona fide labor organization. That issued on October 25th. Turning to pending matters, and a little bit out of order on my report, which I failed to mention is available on our website at the meetings tab. We have a redesigned website, so when you go to the landing page, If you click on meeting notices, you'll be able to access not only the meeting notices, but all of the various reports and minutes from prior meetings. Turning to the pending matters, again, a little bit out of order from what you'll see in printed form, is the NAWU, or the National Agricultural Workers Union, that issued on October 25th is pending technically before the board, as there's a reconsideration deadline of November 6th. The next matter pending before the board is Zabala Farms of Salinas. They're the regional directors, filed a request for leave to seek court order on October 9th. Next two matters are United Farm Workers of America. First one is, at both our regional directors' compliance updates and requests for modification of board orders. The first is 45 ALRB number 8, and that was filed on October 23rd. The second is 44 ALRB number 6, and that was filed on October 26th. Next on the pending matter list is Norman's Nursery, and there the general counsel requests a subpoena enforcement action. That was filed on October 27th. And finally, DMB Packing Corp., DBA, the Damari Company, that is the first majority support petition that was filed and is being looked at by the board. That is, and I'll mention the case number since it's a little different than our other case numbers. It's 2023 RM001 VIS. That was originally filed on September 12th. Certification issued on October 23rd. An interim appeal and request for stay of certification also was filed on October 23rd. And finally, objections were filed on Monday, October 30th. That concludes my report. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Santiago. No questions here. Our next agenda item is the litigation report. We do not have any litigation updates to report. So we'll go to our next item, which is the general counsel's report. I'm not seeing our general counsel here. I'm going to turn to her.
She's here.
Oh, I apologize. Oh, you're in the room.
So I'm here.
I
Sorry,
apologize.
you have
All
to
right.
go get on camera. That's
Turning it over to our general counsel, Julie Montgomery, for her report.
Hello? Yeah, I think I'm on the screen in the hearing room box. Oh, there you are. Okay, thank you.
Yes, we
Good
can hear
morning,
you and we can see
everybody.
you.
I have a couple of settlements to report on to start. These are settlements that our regional office staff reached pre-complaint. So one involves a leafy greens and herbs harvester in Ventura County who filed a charge on June 6th of this year, 2023, alleging that Boscovich Farms Incorporated retaliated and discriminated against the worker and others by scrutinizing their work more closely, issuing disciplinary warnings, threatening to issue warnings, and terminating a worker for protected activity, which included speaking up about safety concerns, and those included requests for additional breaks between loading heavy boxes, and various other requests about switching loads between coworkers. There was also a work stoppage in which the worker participated, and there was another worker threatened with discipline for some of these activities that the workers were protesting as well. The parties reached a settlement with the ALRB in which the company will pay a worker $4,231 in lost wages and expenses, offer him reinstatement, rescind 3 disciplinary notices issued to workers, as well as our standard noticing remedies and a supervisor training, which the ALRB will conduct for the employer's supervisors. So kudos to our Visalia region and the staff who worked on that matter. They were able to resolve it within just a few months between June and this month. Also, we achieved a settlement for a cauliflower harvester in Monterey County who filed a charge in later October of last year, alleging that Fanciful Company, DeRigo Brothers of California, and Quality Farm Labor retaliated and discriminated against him and others by terminating their employment because they engaged in protected, concerted activity when they jointly protested the firing of a worker. The parties reached a settlement with the ALRB in which the company will pay 3 workers $6,635 in lost wages, offer the 3 workers their jobs back, as well as the standard noticing remedies. So again, that was in the Salinas region, so we had both Ventura and Monterey County cases resolving pre-complaints. So again, kudos to our staff who worked on those matters. We have also done quite a bit of outreach as usual. We're conducting office hours in Santa Paula, in Ventura County, as well as in Santa Maria, which is in Santa Barbara County. Our staff has been present at many different community events. They tabled at 9 different events around the state this past month, or since the last board meeting, actually. It's just, I think, in the past few weeks, including Santa Cruz County, Riverside, Lamont, Fresno, Ventura County. There's a lot of different areas where our staff have been out and about, spreading the word about the ALRB. And in addition, on October 26th, our staff provided a radio interview that was broadcast on Facebook Live in Spanish and Mixteco, hosted by Radio Indígena in Oxnard, and that went to the wider Ventura County region. And so that concludes my report. I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you, General Counsel Montgomery. Want to echo the kudos to the team for the quick resolution and the from the charge filed in June to settlement, and always I think it's always great when we can include supervisor training, because I think that helps prevent further violations and later on, and I think that's really critical. So kudos to that team for that. Do any of my other colleagues have any questions or comments? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Are you expecting to see any more, or do you have any sense if there's any more election petition filings card check petition filings that may be coming your direction and therefore our direction?
I don't know anything directly. I've heard rumors, probably third-hand rumors, that there may be others, but I have absolutely no actual knowledge of anything. So your guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start the pool. No, I'm just kidding.
we can catch up now. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right, and I'm not seeing our Chief of Administration. Santiago, are you seeing Brian?
No, he has not joined.
Okay. Okay, we will not have an administrative services report. We do not have any legislative or regulatory updates. So we'll go on to our next agenda item, which is opening it up for public comment. I'll first go to Santiago to open up the queue. And then for those of you that wish to make public comment, I see one individual, Brian Little. We'll call on you in order. Please state your name and organization if applicable. And please note that we cannot comment on any pending matters or answer questions on any pending matters. Okay, Santiago, is there anyone in the queue?
Brian Little's first.
Okay, Brian.
All right, thank you. Brian Little with California Farm Bureau Federation, and thank you for the opportunity to just ask a quick question. I don't really have a public comment. I'm just curious if there'd be any way to furnish us with an update on the exact status of the AB 113 regulations. I believe this board voted to put those into the regulatory process a meeting or two ago. I believe that would have been in mid-October that happened. And I'm just curious what the status of that is. When are we going to see those available for public notice and comment? Thank you.
Is Todd available? Todd's on. Is Todd on?
Todd is on. Here we go. Todd?
Yes, hi. Thank you. Sorry, I'm unexpectedly home today, and so I don't have a camera, but the administration, the regulation package is, just pending further internal review before submission to the Office of Administrative Law that will kick off the formal notice and public comment period. So, hopefully we'll have that moving forward, later this month or next month. That's about the best time frame I can give.
Thank you.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Brian. Any other members of the public or staff wishing to make public comment? Okay, not seeing anyone, the board will now gavel into closed session. And when we come back out, we'll have announcements and then adjournment. Thank you.
And go.
Good afternoon. It is 1:55 p.m. and the board has returned from closed session. Our last agenda item is announcements. The next board meeting will be virtual only on Thursday, November 9th at 10 a.m. And with that, the board meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.